Testing 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Anytime you want to pop me on here, Joe. And good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to American Legion Baseball. As the Wisconsin Rapids Post here is having an invitational, and we are in like this must be about game 8 or 9 already. And the two teams that'll be meeting today is the Appleton Double Days, which used to be the Appleton Rebels from years back. They're coming into this contest 4-0, taking on the Blue Devils of Post 54 of Marshfield. And they're coming in with a 10-1 record. Very good start by the Blue Devils this season, as last year they started out 0-8 and then came on and played some outstanding ball in the second half of the season last year to make it to the state tournament here in Wisconsin Rapids. And this year the state tournament will be in Bucol Park in Stevens Point, and next year in Marshfield. So 3 years in a row that the AAA state tournament will be held by a Wisconsin Valley team. And so leading off for tonight for Marshfield, as they will be the leadoff team, Appleton the home team in this contest. And leading off for the Blue Devils will be shortstop Jake Sadowska. And the first pitch and a ground ball to second over to Burrington. Burrington throws it over and scooped up nicely by Tuback for out number 1, as Sadowska takes the first pitch hits it to second for the first out. Bringing up the center fielder, Dawson Luther, as Dawson played for the Pittsville Panthers as they went to the state tournament this year. An outstanding season by the Panthers. And Dawson, big addition to this ball club. He takes the first pitch and hits it to left, and it's going all the way to the wall as Dawson rounds first and heads for second and comes in with a stand-up double, as 2 pitches and 2 pretty much hard-hit balls off of pitcher James Hemmerl. And this Marshfield team can be very, very explosive, as they have won their first 2 ball games here in this tournament, as they beat Stevens Point last night 12-2 and beat Heartland in a very good ball game this afternoon 4-3. So the Blue Devils only have 10 players with them, and so nobody really on the bench this evening, as they have everybody playing as they are using the DH. So Aiden Cherney will be throwing for the Blue Devils, and following it off is Adam Gilbertson. Adam back for another season of American Legion Baseball. Adam graduated back in 2024, a Marshfield senior high grad, and actually a second-team all-conference catcher. So some power that has come back for Marshfield after graduation. And a ground ball by Gilbertson over to Burrington. Burrington throws over to first for out number 2. Going into third is Luther. So 2 down here in the top of the first inning. Bringing up the DH, Mason Anderson. Mason from Marshfield here, as also he was a backup catcher this year for the Tigers. And the first pitch, breaking ball across the knees for a call strike, as he will be a senior this coming season. He also pitches for Marshfield and catches, and also an infielder, as in that game against, he came in and pitched a little bit in that first ball game today against Heartland. So, as Hamel, and a ground ball over to Burrington. Burrington with all 3 outs here. And Blue Devils leave a runner stranded after that double by Luther. So Blue Devils come up with no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left. And after a half inning of play, it's the Blue Devils nothing and the Appleton Double Days coming to bat, and you are watching American Legion Baseball here on Zaleski Sports, brought to you by ShedsDelivered.com.
Hey, you're tuned in to Better Halves.
Skip, I love my hometown, and I want a health plan that feels the same way. So, what are your favorite local date spots?
Yeah, I know like all the date spots in Eau Claire.
Ooh. Jane, I'm Steve from security. I've lived here in Wisconsin my whole life, and that means I understand your health coverage needs better.
By the way, Doug, it's Eau Claire. I have a dozen Eclairs in my dressing room.
Join the Gross family of satisfied customers at Gross Buick in Marshfield. Come see their large selection of cars, trucks and SUVs on the Marshfield lot. Or find it at grossauto.com, and we'll have it delivered to Marshfield for your convenience. You'll love their people and state-of-the-art service department, where service guests get a free courtesy car. Top it all off with the Gross lifetime engine warranty on most vehicles. Gross Buick of Marshfield.
And we're back here at the Quadplex here in Wisconsin Rapids, and with me is my sidekick that haven't worked much with him, but I'll tell you, I'll work with this guy any day, Joe Anderson. I'm Mike Steinwegner, and we're going to be bringing the action. We're here in the bottom of the first inning, and pitching for the Blue Devils is Aiden Cherney. His last outing Aiden had was a 11-5 win over Bayport last Sunday, and he struck out 5 and walked 3 in that contest to get the win against Bayport. As I mentioned, the Blue Devils are 10-1 on the season, and the first pitch comes in for a ball to leadoff hitter Ethan Winkler, the center fielder. And next pitch, call strike. Behind the plate today is Craig Terpstra, former basketball coach at Spash High School. And next pitch comes in, and inside, just missed inside to Winkler, as looking at Aiden's career at Auburndale High School. He graduated back in 2024, and college kids can come back. They extended that quite a few years back, where a 19-year-old, and you can be a first year in college and come back and play Legion ball. But Aiden played some outstanding ball at Auburndale when he was there. Curveball outside. He pitched in 33 ball games, had a 15-7 overall record, 1 save, threw 146 in the third innings, gave up 84 runs, 51 earned, and a very impressive 2.44 ERA. He walked 57 and struck out 136, and he started 23 games and completed 10 of them. And next pitch, call strike 3, and that's a Jamie Wenzel strikeout. Call Jamie Wenzel at Surf Pro for the #1 choice in cleanup and restoration. Surf Pro, like it never happened. So out number 1 as Cherney looking very, very impressive. Talking to Coach Metz before the ball game, he's hoping he can get at least a good 6 innings out of Cherney today, as I mentioned, the Blue Devils only have 10 ball players here, as Peyton Weinfurter is not here, and Blake Rabb is not here, and Chase Robinson is not here also, and neither is Ethan Soya. Ground ball to Jake Sadowska at short. Jake usually playing left field, but playing shortstop. Jake, and a second team all-conference in the Wisconsin Valley this year. He usually plays left field for the Blue Devils, but does a great job at short also. And he gets the second out here in the bottom of the first inning. Bringing up the left fielder, Jackson Zabrowski. Right-handed hitter. Cherney from the windup and the pitch with a curveball just down low. as we have over on the other diamond, Wisconsin Rapids is playing Heartland right now. Over on the other diamond, next pitch comes in for a ball to Zabrowski. Journey from the windup and the pitch, and a swing and a miss for strike one. 2-1 count. There will be action here tomorrow also, as we'll bring that schedule to you just briefly. And a fastball swing and a miss as a high heater by Aiden as he blows it right by the hitter Jackson Zabrowski. And call strike three, and that is a Jamie Wenzel strikeout and called Jamie Wenzel at Surf Pro for the number one choice in cleanup and restoration. Surf Pro, like it never happened. So 3 up, 3 down here in the bottom of the first inning for the Appleton Double Days, as a no runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left. And you are watching American Legion Baseball here on Zaleski Sports, brought to you by ShedsDelivered.com.
Tired of hearing about checking account features? So are we. It's more about what you can do with your money to live the life you want. Forward Bank puts your access to everything you need in the palm of your hand. Mobile deposit, recurring digital payments, transfer funds, or pay a friend easily. Yes, our checking is free and includes all that you would expect. It's supported by your neighbors and friends at Forward, dedicated to serving our communities. Open online today at forward.bank.
Wisconsin Rapids, as the first pitch comes in and goes back to the backstop here. They throw a new ball in as James Hemroll, starting pitcher for Appleton. Next pitch catches the inside corner for a call strike. Shoot a Funeral Services in Stevens Point and Plover is here to help you with all your funeral needs, with 2 convenient locations and a personal local touch. Let their experienced staff serve your family. Learn more at shootafuneral.com, and that's shootafuneralhome.com. 2-1 count, and a shot up the middle. Nice stop by the shortstop, and in there with an infield hit is Nate Richardson, as Nate has been very impressive in this early season. Pitching-wise, he has really impressed me, as he is 3-0 on the season. I saw him a couple times during the high school season, and Coach Metz said the same thing when last year it seems like he needed that high school season to get started, and once he came to Legion, pitched great ball. And so he's doing the same thing right now for the Blue Devils, as he is 3-0 on the season for Coach Metz. As the first pitch came in to Bryce Shoddy, the left fielder, for a ball. Next pitch, and a ground ball to second. Throws over to short for 1 and gets a lead runner. And Shoddy on with a fielder's choice, as that is the 4th ball that is hit to the second baseman in this contest, and we are only in the second inning. So 1 down here in the top of the second inning. Bringing up Bryce Erickson. Now, Bryce, same situation that Gilbertson was, as he graduated back in 2024. Outstanding ball player at Neillsville, as he was all-conference 3 straight years. Honorable mention his freshman year, and actually the co-player of the year with Emmett Konieczny his senior year. So a very outstanding ball player in Bryce Erickson. Bryce fouls the first one back, 0-1 count. From the stretch, just down low for ball 1. 1-1 count, as James Hemroll will be ready to pitch his 17th pitch. And shot down the third base line. Foul. Makes the count 1-2. For expertise, honesty, and stellar service, look no further than Heritage Auto Body. Their team of professionals uses the latest technology to ensure that your vehicle comes back to you looking like new. They provide free estimates and work with your insurance company to make it easy for you. Heritage Auto Body on Heritage Drive on Marshfield, south side. Next pitch comes in down in, I want to say the dirt, but it's actually turf, but blocked nicely by catcher Mason Winkler. 2-2 count with a runner at first. Upstairs for ball 3. 3-2 count to the first baseman, Bryce Erickson. As Bryce Shoddy is at first. As James gets the sign from his catcher. And the pitch. And ball outside. And runners now at first and second for the Blue Devils here. In the top of the second inning, bringing up Tyler Cum. Tyler had a couple hits last night against Stevens Point. Tyler has been hitting very well also for the Blue Devils in that number 8 spot. All the way around, this Blue Devil up and down the lineup was just outstanding hitting-wise. And a shot, and a line shot to the first baseman. Hustling back is Bryce Erickson as first baseman Brandon Toback caught that one about, maybe a foot and a half off the ground. But Erickson gets back to avoid the double play. So 2 down now here in the top of the second inning. Bringing up the third baseman, all-conference ball player in the Clover Belt this year, Mac Konieczny. And first pitch catches the outside corner for a call strike. Mac batting in the number 9. He started out the season on the kind of injured list as he was recovering from a hand injury, the way I understand. But now in the lineup for Coach Metz. 0-2 count to Mac, right-handed hitter. As the Blue Devils threatening here again in the second inning. They left a man stranded at third back in the first. 1-2 count to Mac Konieczny with 2 down here. James from the stretch. And the pitch. And fly ball out to right field. And camping under that is the right fielder, Matt Bixler, for out number 3. For the Blue Devils, they come up with no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 2 men left after 1.5 innings of play. We have no score. And you are watching American Legion Baseball here on Zaleski Sports, brought to you by ShedsDelivered.com.
Whether you need deep sleep, beauty sleep, or just need to sleep it off, Mall Furniture has a huge selection of double-sided comfort sleep mattresses. When it's time for a double, it's no trouble. You'll flip over our great prices. There's 2 great sides to this mattress story, and they're made right here in Wisconsin. It's double-sided or nothing.
Get your perfect comfort sleep mattress from Mall Furniture and Mattress, West 9th Street, Marshfield.
See you on the flip side.
I got referred to the orthodontist and I was really nervous, but in my 2-year process, the staff was very welcoming and very kind to me. My brother also had treatment here and he was very happy with the smile. I'd recommend Bruce Orthodontics to all my friends and family that want a beautiful smile just like us.
When I come in for my appointment, the wait is really short. All of the workers are very kind and sweet. They try to make sure that everything in my mouth is just right after my checkup, and Dr. Bruce is very nice.
I'd love the opportunity to meet you and transform your smile.
Call us to set up your free consultation today.
And we're back here at Wisconsin Rapids. We have no score. We're in the bottom of the second inning. And leading off for Appleton will be the cleanup hitter, the DH, Dan Deek. And the first pitch catches the inside corner for a call strike. Infinity Exteriors, installing peace of mind, roofing, siding, and windows built to last, saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors. We guarantee quality you can trust. Ground ball through the hole between third and short for a base hit as Appleton gets their first runner on. Bringing up the third baseman, Ryland Winkler. Right-handed hitter. As the Appleton Doubledays won their first two games in the tournament here, as they won last night 11-3 against Heartland and defeated Stevens Point 8-4. Game earlier today. In fact, they were one of the first games of the tournament today. For pitch comes, catches the inside corner for a call strike. As Cherney hitting the corners very well early in this contest. And a balk is called as Cherney was standing on the rubber and he dropped the ball while on the rubber. That is a balk. So it advances a runner to second base. It doesn't happen very often, but the umpires have to be on their toes when it does happen. So working out of the stretch. Cherney with the pitch. Foul tip into the glove of Adam Gilbertson. 0-2 count as Cherney ahead of the batter, Ryland Winkler. Cherney checks the runner at second. And hit by a pitch. So, Blue Devils in trouble here in the second inning as runners now for Appleton at first and second with nobody out. And the number 6 hitter, the shortstop, T.J. Parker. The schedule for tomorrow at 11 o'clock, the Marshfield Blue Devils will take on Menominee. And also at 11 o'clock on the other diamond, Kaukauna will take on Heartland. And at 1:30, Wisconsin Rapids will take on the same Appleton Doubleday team. And after that Wisconsin Rapids game, Marshfield had a game squaring around, and to bunt and offering is Parker for a strike. A game that was played on Wednesday night with Wisconsin Rapids here on this same field. Lightning came about the bottom of the fifth inning with one out, and Marshfield leading 2-0. And so they've suspended that ball game, and they want to complete that contest since Marshfield will be here tomorrow. They want to complete that game. It's a conference game after Wisconsin Rapids gets on playing Appleton. So, and the way I understand is Marshfield will have some ball players back for that contest tomorrow also. So Marshfield should be at pretty much full tilt for tomorrow's contest. From the stretch and the pitch, curveball, and line shot down the right field line, the foul. So the count remains 0-2 to T.J. Parker. As Marshfield is missing at least 3 pitchers that have other commitments. There's actually a high hopper taken by the third baseman and gets the force out. It was a bang-banger at second. So Parker reaching out a fielder's choice. And Winkler tossed out 5-4 for out number 1. And going to third is Deke. So Doubleday Ball Club has runners at the corners with 1 down, and bringing up the number 7 hitter and first baseman, Brandon Tubak. And throw over, and Parker gets back as he was caught leaning. He was lucky the throw was off. Otherwise, Marshfield would have had him because he was off balance there quite a bit and taking off. And a throw down. And ball falling out of Sadowska's glove. And getting credit for a stolen base is Parker. So now runners at second and third with one down. As we're not sure what the first pitch was here. As Cherney working out of the stretch, takes a look at the runners and delivers and fouls it back. We know he has one strike for sure. As we'll see if Craig Terpstra gives us 0-2 count. No more than I asked for it, and I get it. An 0-2 count on two back. From the stretch, Cherney takes a look at third. And a call, strike three, right down Main Street, right at the knees. And that is a Jamie Wenzel strikeout, and called Jamie Wenzel at Serve Pro for the number one choice in cleanup and restoration. Serve Pro, like it never happened. So with two down, as Cherney may get out of this, that is the third strikeout now by Cherney in this contest. He has a season-high 7 this year. Bringing up the catcher, Mason Winkler. Pitch low and outside for ball one. Kind of an overcast day, but it was the sun was in and out. Times when the sun came out, I mean, it was we had an heat index of right around 84, 85 today. So, yeah, it was a very comfortable, nice breezy day. Call strike, catching the inside corner. Cherney hits him with a changeup there. But, yeah, there was a nice breeze coming through here in the press box, and so very, very comfortable. So, big storms, I guess, coming in tomorrow night here in central Wisconsin. Cherney from the stretch, and the pitch. And bounces and hits Winkler in the batter's box. So, the count now 1-2 with two down. Marshfield has out-hit Appleton 2-1 in this contest so far. As Cherney is at 25 pitches so far in the first 1 2/3 innings. Cherney taking his time, not quite sure what pitch he wants to throw, so time is called. As it took Cherney quite a long time out there to decide which pitch he wanted. He looks into Gilbertson, gets a breaking ball, and fouled off by Winkler. It's time to get your pool ready for summer. Contact Rigel Plumbing and Heating in Marshfield, your local BioGuard dealer for the products and expertise to do it right. That's Rigel Plumbing and Heating. And Cherney working out of the stretch and fouling it off as Winkler stays alive. The Junior Legion, they're in a tournament this weekend up in Antigo, and they took on teams like Fond du Lac, Holman, and Middleton, as the junior team is 5-5 on the season this year. It's kind of strange seeing, and next pitch blocked nicely by Gilbertson, as this is Marshfield's 12th game of the season, and Appleton's only 5th game of the tournament, of the season. And so this would be their third. So they've only played 2 other games besides this tournament. And a pop-up down the first base line, going over and making the catch for out number 3 is Bryce Erickson. So Cherney gets out of a jam as Winkler pops out to the first baseman. For the Appleton Doubledays in the bottom of the second inning, they come up with no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 2 left. And after 2 complete innings of play, we have no score, and you are watching American Legion Baseball here on Zaleski Sports, brought to you by ShedsDelivered.com. Appleton.com.
Does your roof need attention? Don't replace it, restore it with Seamless Commercial Roofing. Our process is guaranteed and a fraction of the cost of replacement with no downtime. When your roof needs attention, call Seamless Commercial Roofing in Marshfield.
Hey everybody, Nat over at Wheeler Chevrolet GMC, and I am standing in our all-new Express Lane. Open now, no appointment necessary. Stop on in and get things like oil changes, filters, quick lubes. No appointment necessary. See you soon.
The Sports Den, located on Marshfield's sunny south side since 1975. The Sports Den has the area's best selection of outdoor equipment. Find top brands of snowshoes, cross-country and downhill skis, snowboards, swimming equipment, skateboards, and more. The Sports Den has a full-service bike repair center along with top bike brands, Specialized, Trek, and others. The Sports Den is Central Wisconsin's Fat Bike headquarters. Visit the Sports Den in Marshfield Monday through Saturday and thesportsden.net.
Jake Sadelska playing shortstop for the Blue Devils. As Heimerl gets the sign, and first pitch, a fastball, catching that outside corner, and Sadelska takes a call, strike one. Heimerl. And a fly ball out to center field. Ethan Winkler getting the radar and making the catch for out number one. As Sadelska now 0 for 2 on today's contest. Bringing up the center fielder, Dawson Luther. The center fielder, he doubled. First time up, took the first pitch and hit it into the left center field power alley for a double. Pitch comes in, down low for ball one. Very smart batter at the plate as Luther knows his zone very well. An all-conference selection this year as Pitchville tied Pacelli for the conference championship this year and landed up going to state for the first time in a long, long time. So, and a shot up the middle as Luther gets his second hit of the ball game. As his first game that he had, I'd have to look back at my sheets here, but after the state tournament, he came and played for the Blue Devils and went 5 for 5. So having an outstanding season so far as that state tournament and not having a time off to think about it, comes in and just hammering the heck out of the ball for the Blue Devils here. So great season so far for Luther. And Gilbertson swings at a pitch down low and fouls it off down third base side for strike one. James on the mound there for Appleton. Takes a look. And a shot out to center field. And coming over to make the catch is Ethan Winkler for out number 2 as Gilbertson hit it very solidly, but directly at Winkler out in center field. So 2 down now, and Luther still at first, bringing up the cleanup hitter, DH, Mason Anderson. Anderson, who came in and got the save in that first game today against Heartland. And that pitch there was a breaking ball at, instead of 60 feet 6 inches, I would say it was about 55. As a nice stop by the catcher, Mason Winkler. James takes a look at second. And the pitch. And a fly ball down the right field line. It's going foul. And chasing after that is Matt Bixler, but running out of real estate there. as the count is 1-1 now. Hiller's True Value in Central Wisconsin, Milwaukee Tool Destination Center. Check out current promotions and get great deals on Milwaukee tools today. That's Hiller's True Value in Marshfield. So 1-1 count to Adam Gilbertson. And a shot out to left and bounces in front and rounding third and heading home. And the throw and sliding in safely and going to second on the play is Gilbertson as Marshfield comes up with a run and takes a 1-0 lead as Luther scores all the way around from first with the great wheels that he's got. And an RBI single as Anderson advances to second on the throw. And bringing up Nate Richardson, who singled back in the second inning. And a fastball outside for ball one. And the pitch. And a ground ball to first baseman. And shovels it off to the pitcher, covering first for out number 3. But the Blue Devils come up with 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 left. And after 2.5 innings of play, it's the Marshfield Blue Devils 1 and the Appleton Doubledays 0. And you are watching American Legion Baseball here on Zaleski Sports, brought to you by ShedsDelivered.com.
Wondering what to feed your team after work, the game, or this weekend? Chips Hamburgers in Marshfield has tasty char-broiled burgers for any hungry appetite. From the classic hamburger to the famous Chips Champ and everything in between. Check out our daily specials. Stop inside to enjoy your meal with comfortable seating. See Chips' complete menu of burgers, hot ham and cheese, hot beef, chicken and fish, fries, rings, curds, and ice cream, all served year-round. In a hurry? Same great menu in the drive-thru. Chips Hamburgers in Marshfield. Be a champ and have a chipperific day.
Is your business, church, or organization getting a fair deal on your copier contracts? Do you even know how much you're spending? Bauer & Fine Business Technologies has been in the office technology industry for 70 years. We have an award-winning service department, and customers love our fair and flexible service contracts. If you're currently a customer, thank you. If you currently work with one of our competitors, let's talk. We can tell you if you're overpaying or getting a good deal. BBT, we want to be the easiest vendor you work with. b-bt.com.
And we're back here at the Quadruplex at Wisconsin Rapids as the Dons. The Marshfield Blue Devils come up with a run here in the third inning to take a 1-0 lead. And bringing up the right fielder, Max Bixler, batting in the number 9 spot, takes a call strike for strike 2. 0-2 count now on Matt. And fouled off as it hits Matt Bixler in the batter's box, becomes a dead ball. And we throw a new ball in as that ball has seen its better days as Craig Terpstra throws that one out. Cherney working from the windup and just missing that outside corner with a fastball. 1-2 count. And it's the 37th pitch that Cherney has thrown now. From the windup, down low for ball 2. Cherney with a pitch. And a swing and a miss, and that is a Jamie Wenzel strikeout. Called Jamie Wenzel at Surf Pro for the number 1 choice in cleanup and restoration. Surf Pro, like it never happened. And back to the top of the batting order, left-handed hitting center fielder Ethan Winkler, as that is strikeout number 4 for Cherney. from the windup. Catches the outside corner right at the letters for a call strike. Journey gets the sign from Gilbertson. And the pitch. Way outside. Gilbertson making a nice stop on that. Put more spring into your step at Blues Hair Studio in Marshfield. Get your locks cut, colored, styled, and looking fresh as spring temperatures heat up. Blues Hair Studio is open Monday through Friday with appointment times to match your schedule. Get an online appointment at blueshairstudio.com. In fact, you and I, Joel, wouldn't have to make an appointment because it wouldn't take long to either do one of our heads, They say, you can't have hair and brains both, And a fly ball out to center field, going to his right. And making the catch out there is Dawson Luther, as Luther covers a lot of territory over there. I was watching him during that ball game against Heartland over on the other diamond, and I'll tell you, he plays a fine center field. I can see why he was all conference. And he's got one more year at, if I'm not mistaken, yes, he does have one more year at Pittsville. So an outstanding ball player. And Pittsville will be contenders, I think, next year also, as they've got a fine pitching staff coming back also. And so, they're going to be very tough next year. Journey working out of the windup and in the dirt. And bringing Dawson Burrington up, the second baseman, and outside. And then if you look at that Merwood Conference, Joe, next year also, it's going to be this year you had four teams battling for that conference championship. It could have boiled down. If Edgar would have lost, it would have been a four-way tie. And a shot out to center field. Coming over is Luther. And tossing it back in. And a base hit for Dawson Burrington, as he goes now 1 for 2 in this contest. So 2 down here in the bottom of the third inning. And bringing up the left fielder, Jackson Zabrowski. Yeah, you look at that Merwood Conference, and, Edgar's going to lose quite a bit. They were conference champions this year, but Marathon, they only had one senior on that team. They're going to be tough next year. The whole pitching staff is back at Stratford. And who was the other one? Auburndale is tough year in and year out. Jay Anderson does a great job over there with that ball club over there. So that Merwood Conference is going to be very, very tough next year. In fact, you talk to any of the coaches over there, and they feel that is one of the toughest conferences in the state of Wisconsin for small schools. So those four teams, I think, will still be battling for. And you look at it in any sport in that Merwood Conference net. In football, Stratford right now. Stratford, Joe, I don't know if you realize this, has a 27-game winning streak, which is the longest in the state right now. And 3 straight championships, and a new coach coming in Marshall Edwards next year. Not Marshall Edwards. I'm sorry, I want to apologize. But, they have a new coach, but he has been with the system. So I don't think they're going to change anything. Brady Berg will be a quarterback this year, but they've got 2 speedsters back there. And Jet Shaner is back also, and what speed he's got. I mean, he competed down at the state tournament this year in track, and I'll tell you, they've got a fine ball club over there. So it'll be a thrill watching them this year. So pitch comes in, call strike. We've got a 3-1 count here on Sembrowski here in the bottom of the third inning with a runner at first, and Marshfield leading 1-0. Journey from the stretch. And fouling back into the net. And so we've got a full count with 2 down, runner at first. It's going to be traveling time on the pitch here, as Burrington should be taking off as soon as that front leg from Cherney heads towards home plate. Cherney from the stretch. And the pitch. And fouled it off. And Burrington's going to have to come all the way back to first. Well, he's getting his steps in today, I'll tell you that. Yeah, Joe and I didn't get our steps in today, no. Usually it's from the recliner to the refrigerator.
4 stops. Bedroom,
Yeah. And fly ball out to right field and going back and back and back. And making a diving attempt is Tyler Cum, and it's all the way to the fence, and it could be an inside the park home run. Whoa! And he hits the brakes coming around third. And he assisted the runner. That runner is out, yes. He will be credited with a triple, and the run will score. And Craig Terpstra caught that as Sambrowski came around third, lost his footing, and was aided by the third base coach. The coach cannot touch him in any way. And as soon as the ball became dead, Craig came out, made the right call, and called him out at third. But Appleton does come up with a run in the third inning. So they have 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, and no one left. And so after 3 complete innings of play, we are tied at 1 here from Wisconsin Rapids, and you are watching American Legion Baseball here on Zaleski Sports.
From humble beginnings in 1904, the Wheatrick family has grown Grassland Dairy Products into one of the largest processors of butter in the nation. Based in Greenwood, Wisconsin, the family and its hundreds of employees continue their pursuit of providing high-quality products that can proudly be served in restaurants and homes across America.
And we are back. As Joe told me, it was going to be a short one, but I was coloring in the guy that had run. So Joe knocked on the door, and I woke up, and I'll answer the phone now. And we're going to start the 4th inning here. And leading it off is Bruce Schotty, the left fielder, and takes the first pitch over the top of the second baseman out to center field. And Schotty starts out the 4th inning here with a base hit for the Blue Devils, bringing up the first baseman, Bryce Erickson. As I mentioned, this Marshfield team can put runs on the board. As in the last 5-6 ball games, they've scored 10 or more runs in a contest. And so, coming into this tournament, they were averaging like 9.7 runs per ball game and giving up only like 4. So I mean, the pitching staff's been, pretty decent. They had a little problems with Wausau with the loss that they have. But, and they're saying that home plate umpire Craig Terpstra said that Erickson went, so the count now 0-2 on Bryce Erickson. Bryce walked back in the second inning from the stretch and down low, blocked nicely by Mason Winkler. 1-2 count with nobody down as James Himmerl has pitched 41 pitches so far. And a slow roller back to the mound and throwing over to first to get Erickson for out number 1. Advancing the second is Schotty. So the Blue Devils have a runner in scoring position. And coming up is Tyler Cum, the right fielder, who tried a diving catch, just missing that down the right field line. And then, of course, the play at third base where Sambrowski was called out because of interference by the coach as he made contact with the runner. Trying to pick him back up off the ground here, as the ruling is you cannot aid a runner while the ball is in play. So from the stretch and ground ball, diving at third, backing it up, and so Tyler Cum comes up with a base hit. It was not hit hard enough for Schotty to advance, so now the Blue Devils have runners at first and second with 1 down, and Matt Konieczny, who flew out to the right fielder back in the second inning, is now up for the Blue Devils here in the top of the fourth inning in a 1-1 contest here on Zaleski Sports. I'm Mike Steinwegner, along with my buddy over here, Joe Anderson. Oh, fast fingers over here on the computer. The hunt and peck man. I'm in the same boat, Joe. And a shot down to third. Third baseman bobbled it a little bit. And that was Rylan Winkler, but he recovers, steps on the bag to get Shoddy at third for out number 2. And Konechny on with a fielder's choice and back to the top of the line batting order. And brings up Jake Sadowska. As I mentioned earlier, Jake, a second-team all-conference infielder in the Wisconsin Valley. And pops it up. And the third baseman, as he backs up, and makes the catch for out number 3. The Blue Devils come up with no runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 men left. After 3.5 innings of play, it's Marshfield 1 and Appleton Doubledays 1. And you are watching American Legion Baseball on Zaleski Sports, brought to you by ShedsDelivered.com.
I'm Josh Marks, owner of Infinity Exteriors. 9 out of 10 brand new roofs can't pass a simple manufacturer warranty inspection, meaning 9 out of 10 brand new roofs have no warranty. Infinity operates on principles instilled in my Marine Corps service: honor, courage, and commitment. Infinity is meticulous craftsmanship, unbeatable quality, and always at the best price. Infinity buys more, pays less, passing those savings directly to you. We're booking new roofs, siding, and windows. Call today.
Culligan Water delivers. From your first call, to your first sip, to your first soak. Culligan, give us a tap. The only water that comes with a van.
And we're back here at Wisconsin Rapids as Marshfield's warming up out here. And we'll tell you a little bit about Bruce Orthodontics. Bruce Orthodontics provides comprehensive orthodontic care for patients of all ages. They are now accepting new patients at their Marshfield office and accept most insurances. At Bruce Orthodontics, they're changing lives one smile at a time. Set up a free consultation today. And head down to Nuts Deep on Mondays. That's just around the corner here, as their Mondays were made for Mac. And get to Nuts Deep, too, at Marshfield for Mac Mondays and try one of their delicious Mac options. There's a whole menu of options at Nuts Deep, too, in Marshfield, so hurry in and find your new favorite. Leading off for Appleton is the DH, Dan Deek, and a base hit on the first pitch. Right past the shortstop, as Dan now 2 for 2 in today's contest. He singled back in the second inning as he started that threat in the second inning with a base hit. And Cherney got out of it, even with a balk in there. And he also hit a batter, so he got out of his own mess there. So Cherney now facing Rylan Winkler, as Winkler got on, hit by a pitch back in that second inning. 1-1 ball game here in the bottom of the fourth, moving right along. Cherney from the stretch, squares the bunt, and fouls it up in the air, and trying to make a catch on it is Gilbertson, but just out of his reach. So coming back will be Rylan Winkler with a 1-1 count, as trying to play a little small ball here to advance runner over to second. Cherney with a curveball, a swing and a miss, strike 2. Nobody down here with a 1-2 count on Rylan Winkler. Cherney looking in at Gilbertson, shakes him off, and time is called by Winkler. As Cherney didn't like that first pitch that Gilbertson was calling, he shook him off, and Winkler says, you're just taking a little bit too much time here. So Cherney working from the stretch and the pitch, and a curveball upstairs for a ball. 2-2 count now with nobody down. They should be able to get this tournament in. That storm's supposed to come in late tomorrow night and hit again. And that is the second time that Winkler has been hit, as this is deja vu all over, as this is the same way the second inning started, with runners at first and second. And bringing up now T.J. Parker, the shortstop. He reached on a fielder's choice back in that second inning. Squares around a bunt and makes the catch and gets the double play. Beautiful diving catch by Cherney. Cherney on his knees throwing to Sadowska at second. In fact, we could have seen a triple play out of this, as both runners were taking off as Parker squared around, and it was just a short bunt right out in front of the mound, and Cherney dove for it and threw to Sadowska, and Sadowska lost control but touched the bag to get the double play, and ground ball to Sadowska, and he's going to throw over to first for out number 3. So Marshfield gets out of it again here in the fourth inning with no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left. And after 4 complete innings of play, we're tied at 1, and you are watching American Legion Baseball here on Zaleski Sports, brought to you by ShedsDelivered.com.
Scotty's Pizza and Chicken, how can I help you?
Scotty's Pizza and Chicken has been voted best pizza in Marshfield 16 years in a row. Scotty's Pizza and Chicken is ready for your call now. Choose drunken chicken, BLT, Western, mac and cheese, sweet chili chicken, and more. Plus, Scotty's has broasted chicken, fish sandwiches, salads, and desserts. Scotty's Pizza and Chicken, 715-384-8118 and Scotty'sPizza.com.
Scotty's Pizza and Chicken, how can I help you?
Hiller's True Value in Marshfield, Central Wisconsin's Milwaukee Tool Destination Center. The tools you trust from the people you can depend on. Shop the store within a store and find what you're looking for.
That's what I was looking for. That's what I was looking for. Now that's what I was looking for.
Looks like you found what you're looking for.
We redesigned our store to offer the biggest selection of Milwaukee tools.
A selection so big you'll need a map to find your way out.
Hiller's True Value in Marshfield, Central Wisconsin's Milwaukee Tool Destination Center.
And we're back here at Wisconsin Rapids, and we have a tie ball game heading to the 5th inning here. And Ridgetop Exteriors, just like these players bring their best to the field, Ridgetop Exteriors brings top-tier performance to your home. From roofing projects to siding, windows, and doors, Ridgetop Exteriors has a winning strategy to protect your home. Visit ridgetopexteriors.com and score big and trusted local affordable service. And I have them coming in just a couple weeks to fix some holes on my 3 Seasons room. I've got a few from hail damage in that, and they're going to put a whole new roof on my 3 Season room, and great company to work with. I'll tell you, we were looking at maybe warranty-wise at first, and we had problems with it, but we contacted Ridgetop, and they're going to come in and do a nice job. And a long shot out to right center field, and making a running catch is Mac Bixler, as Dawson Luther gave it a ride out to right field, making great contact for out number 1. But Luther just getting a hold of that one, and a great, outstanding catch by the right fielder, Matt Buxler. So 1 down here in the top of the 5th inning in a 1-1 ball game. Bringing up the catcher, Adam Gilbertson. And the first pitch down low for a ball. Next pitch, down low. 2-0 count to Adam Gilbertson. As I mentioned, the Blue Devils short of ball players in this contest, and all 10 of them that they got here are in the starting lineup. And inside pitch for ball 3. Will he get the green light, or will he have to force Hemmerl to throw right down the pipe here. And the pitch. And a call strike right at the knees. 3-1 count to Adam Gilbertson here in the top of the 5th inning. And the pitch. Inside pitch. As Terpstra says it caught the inside corner. 3-2 count. And a ground ball to the first baseman. And coming over is Himmerl to cover on the play for out number 2. And bringing up Mason Anderson. Mason 1 for 2 on the day. Grounded out to the second baseman back in the first, and a base hit. And the RBI back in the third as he knocked in Dawson Luther. Luther with great speed coming around the bases as the hit and run was on, and he had a big jump on that and scored all the way from first. And lazy line drive by Anderson to the first baseman for out number 3. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left for the Blue Devils. And you are watching American Legion Baseball here on Zaleski Sports, brought to you by ShedsDelivered.com.
Chili Implement, located just west of Marshfield, is your local Kubota dealer in central Wisconsin. They have it all, including farm tractors and the best-selling and #1 rated in durability and owner experience Kubota compact do-it-all tractors. And don't forget the versatile Kubota RTV utility vehicles, along with Kubota zero-turn mowers for the best lawn care equipment. Get them all at Chili Implement. Chili Implement is open Monday through Saturday. Call us or visit our website at chiliimplement.com.
At House of Heating, making your home comfortable is our biggest priority. That's why we offer dependable HVAC solutions and quality work in central Wisconsin. Our pros are knowledgeable in a wide variety of services so you can feel confident in your results. They'll offer the support you need, whether it's putting in a modern HVAC system or working on and maintaining your current unit. Get in touch with House of Heating at 715-384-3163 or contact houseofheating.com. House of Heating, heating and cooling the air you breathe.
And we're back here at Wisconsin Rapids in a 1-1 brawl game and the bottom of the 5th inning. And this tournament will continue tomorrow at 11 o'clock. We have 2 games, one on the north field here and one on the south. Marshfield will take on Menominee, and Kaukauna will take on Heartland at 11 o'clock. And then at 1:30, Wisconsin Rapids will take on Appleton Doubleday, and then Marshfield and Rapids will play in that suspended game from last Wednesday when lightning came through. And Marshfield leading 2-0 in that contest. So still plenty of action. If so, come on out, enjoy some baseball tomorrow. Should be a nice day for baseball here at Wisconsin Rapids. And tournaments coming up next week also. We'll get to that also. The Firecracker at Bucol Park next week, and Zaleski Sports will be there for that also. And we have a 1-1 count now on the leadoff hitter. Mason Winkler, as Mason is 0 for 1 on the day. And a fly ball, and going foul and out of the park. And starting out at Firecracker on Friday, the 4th of July, at 12:30, Oshkosh will take on Wausau, and at 3 o'clock, Beaver Dam will take on Wausau, and at 8 o'clock, Oshkosh and Stevens Point. Those 3 games will be on Zaleski Sports. There is I think a 5 o'clock or 5:30 game in there also, but Zaleski will be covering Wausau and Stevens Point pretty much in that tournament. And those 3 games will be on Zaleski Sports on Friday. And then on Saturday, Kimberly will take on Wausau at 12:30. Middleton will take on Point at 3. And at 8 o'clock, Beaver Dam will take on Stevens Point. And it has not been decided on what teams will be playing on Sunday. So check with Zaleski Sports on that. And Cherney strikes out Mason Winkler for his 5th strikeout, and that is a Jamie Wenzel strikeout. Call Jamie Wenzel at Surf Pro for the #1 choice in cleanup and restoration. Surf Pro, like it never happened. So a lot of baseball coming up this coming week. on Zaleski Sports and check the website of the games that we will be covering. So as you think about it, just maybe 3 weeks down the road, it'll be tournament time. Ground ball to third, over to first, in plenty of time to get Matt Bixler, as a great throw by Matt Konieczny over there at third. And back to the top of the batting order brings up Ethan Winkler, as Ethan is 0 for 2 on the day. Yeah, you think about that in about 3.5 weeks. You've got tournament time coming up. You got the region, AAA regional this year, which will be here at Wisconsin Rapids, and of course the state tournament at Bucol Park. And so, with that being at Bucol Park, Stevens Point will get an automatic bid. And another team from the Wisconsin Valley will be in the state tournament again this year. Marshfield was in there last year in the state tournament along with Wisconsin Rapids. And so it'll turn out that with next year also, Marshfield will be hosting it. So another team from the Valley will get in there also. So 3 years in a row, you'll have 2 teams from the Wisconsin Valley in the state tournament. So very good representation by the Wisconsin Valley in the AAA state tournament. So, and it says a lot for our ball fields in this area also. And I know Bucol has hosted actually the AAA state tournament 8 times. Marshfield has hosted it 4 times. And so, and a line shot to second for out number 3. So we go 1, 2, 3, as just like Appleton did in the 5th inning. Appleton, or Marshfield did in the 5th inning. Appleton does the same thing. So 1, 2, 3, no runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left. And after 5 complete innings of play, we're still tied at 1. And you are watching American Legion Baseball here on Zaleski Sports, brought to you by ShedsDelivered.com.
Doctor basically said, you're going to be in a wheelchair and walking with a walker. And I'm like, what? I'm like, that's my life. That's my life story. I looked around on the internet and I found Shai at Next Step Prosthetics. And I came in and met with him, and I felt so comfortable here, so unfearful. He said, we're going to get you up and walking.
Call to set up a free, no obligation evaluation. Next Step Prosthetics, the fit for you.
Little Sprouts Learning Garden with 2 convenient central Wisconsin locations. Here's Brooke Sievers to tell us about it.
Little Sprouts has been around for almost 7 years here in Auburndale. In Rudolph, we've been open for about 2.5. We serve here in Auburndale. We have 6 weeks old up until 12-year-olds. And then in Rudolph, we have 1-year-olds up until 12-year-olds. The biggest thing that we do with them is we have play-based learning so that they learn through play with each other. And social skills are a huge part of what we do with them.
Find Little Sprouts Learning Garden on Facebook today.
And we're back here at Wisconsin Rapids, and leading off from Marshfield is Nate Richardson. Nate 1 for 2 on the day. Single back in the second and grounded back to the pitcher, or excuse me, the first baseman in the 3rd inning. So Nate making an appearance now here in the 6th inning as a great pitcher's duel going on in this contest. And a ground ball to short. Gobbled up by Parker. Throws over to first in time for out number 1. Bringing up Bryce Shoddy. Bryce 1 for 2 on the day, as Marshfield has out-hit Appleton 6-4 in this contest. Marshfield leaving 6 runners stranded, while Appleton has stranded 3 in today's contest. From the stretch. And the pitch. And a line shot right at the third baseman, Brandon Toback, as he's been a little busy down there this evening, as he's had a couple line shots there and a ground balls that the pitcher had to cover also on the play. So been very, in fact, 2 of those, and 3 line shots he's had also. So bringing up Bryce Erickson. And pitch count, that is only, I think, maybe his 4th pitch so far this inning. His pitch count right now is at 60. What's really nice with this new scoreboard, they give you the pitch count up on the scoreboard here, which is really nice. So, both teams know how many pitches that pitcher has out there. In American Legion Baseball, just like the high school, 105 pitches, and that you can throw. So there's really no question about it. And ground ball over to third. That's Winkler. Throws over to first in time for out number 3. So that is 7 in a row that has been retired. As Marshfield goes 3 up, 3 down here in the top of the 6th inning. And you are watching American Legion Baseball here on Zaleski Sports, brought to you by ShedsDelivered.com.
Hey, you're tuned in to Better Halves.
Skip, I love my hometown, and I want a health plan that feels the same way. So, what are your favorite local date spots?
Oh, yeah, I know like all the date spots in Eclair.
Jane, I'm Steve from Security. I've lived here in Wisconsin my whole life, and that means I understand your health coverage needs better.
By the way, Doug, it's Eau Claire. I have a dozen Eclairs in my dressing room.
Tired of hearing about checking account features? So are we. It's more about what you can do with your money to live the life you want. Forward Bank puts your access to everything you need in the palm of your hand. Mobile deposit, recurring digital payments, transfer funds, or pay a friend easily. Yes, our checking is free and includes all that you would expect. It's supported by your neighbors and friends at Forward, dedicated to serving our communities. Open online today at forward.bank.
And we're back here at Wisconsin Rapids. Yes. Joel's putting my name up on the screen, and I hope he don't put my phone number. I don't need phone calls. 867. No, forget it. Don't even go there, Joe. Don't even go there. You're showing your age now. You're showing your age. We are in the bottom of the 6th inning. Appleton up, leading off is Dawson Burrington, the second baseman. He's 1 for 2. He has scored the only run for Appleton. That was back in the 3rd inning to tie this contest up. Both teams scoring in that 3rd inning. Journey having an outstanding day. So far, 62 pitches. Both pitchers right around the same mark. And just an outstanding ball game by these two young gentlemen. And a call strike. At Stratford Plumbing and Heating, your comfort and convenience is your top priority. They service all brands and do a complete furnace and air conditioning installation with professional service at Stratford, Marshfield, and the surrounding areas. Call Stratford Plumbing and Heating today, your home comfort experts. As the count now 3-1 to the leadoff hitter, Dawson Burrington. And a call strike as Marshfield got out of a jam back in the 2nd inning and got out of a jam in the 4th inning on some great defense. And jams Burrington on that, catches him on the handles here. He fouls it off. Count remains at 3-2. As I mentioned, only 4 hits by Appleton. And going to first is Burrington. And bringing up Jackson Sabrowski as he had an RBI triple back in the 3rd, but came around 3rd, lost his footing, and he was aided by the 3rd base coach. So as soon as the ball was dead, and throw over to first. Ooh, it was a bang-banger as I thought Burrington was off a little bit. I thought he might have had him. And a fly ball. And going back is Luther making a diving catch and sliding and getting the ball in. And a great, outstanding catch by Dawson Luther out there. He does cover a lot of ground out there as Sambrowski gave it another ride. He had that one that went down the right field line that Tyler Cum almost caught, but he landed up with a triple and then being called out. And a foul ball down the right field side here as Dan Deke is 2 for 2 on the day. Singled back in the second and singled in the fourth. Runner at first. And he's got him that time as Burrington was caught leaning the wrong way. And Cherney picking off Burrington at first base. So nobody on now for Appleton. A big play by the Blue Devils. As that was, even the play before was a bang-banger. And this one here, there was no question about it as Burrington was caught leaning the wrong way on that one. And Cherney cuts him down with a perfect strike throw to Bryce Erickson. And Erickson putting the tag on him. Fly ball out of play. And the count now 1-2. Nice crowd. They've had nice crowds here pretty much all day long, even though there was a big span. Ground ball up the middle. Sadowska coming across by the bag and gets them by a step for out number 3. A great defensive play by Jake Sadowska at short for out number 3. And again, Appleton goes 1, 2, 3. That is now 8 straight batters that Cherney has retired in a row. And so after 6 complete innings of play, we're tied at 1, and you are watching American Legion Baseball here on Zaleski Sports, brought to you by ShedsDelivered.com.
Join the Gross family of satisfied customers at Gross Buick in Marshfield. Come see their large selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs on the Marshfield lot. Or find it at grossauto.com, and we'll have it delivered to Marshfield for your convenience. You'll love their people and state-of-the-art service department, where service guests get a free courtesy car. Top it all off with the Gross lifetime engine warranty on most vehicles. Gross Buick.
I referred to the orthodontist, and I was really nervous, but in my 2-year process, the staff was very welcoming and very kind to me. My brother also had treatment here, and he was very happy with the smile. I'd recommend Ruth Orthodontics to all my friends and family that want a beautiful smile just like us.
When I come in for my appointment, the wait is really short. All of the workers are very kind and sweet. They try to make sure that everything in my mouth is just right after my checkup, and Dr. Bruce is very nice.
I'd love the opportunity to meet you and transform your smile.
Call us to set up your free consultation today.
And we're back here at Wisconsin Rapids. The second pitch comes in. It's 1-1 count to the leadoff hitter for Marshfield. And a fly ball out to right field and drifting over and making the catch is Matt Buxler. Fly ball hit by Tyler Cum for out number 1. That makes Tyler now 1 for 3 on the day. We are in the top of the 7th inning in a 1-1 contest. Bringing up the third baseman, Mac Konieczny. Marshfield has already played one 12-inning ball game this year. And fly ball out of the ballpark over into the softball field. In fact, that was against Plover. I was at that ball game just as a spectator, and a great, outstanding ball game in that one. And a fly ball up to center field, drifting back and making the catch is Ethan Winkler for out number 2. And back to the top of the batting order brings up the first baseman, Jake Sadowska. That is 9 straight batters that has been retired in a row here. And pitch outside for ball 1. This is hard to believe, but both pitchers are under 70 pitches thrown in this contest, as that was number 69 that James Hemmerl has thrown. So it's like both outstanding as batters are up there swinging. Not too many walks in this contest. And low and inside for ball 2. In fact, Blue Devils have only walked once in this contest. And a ground ball to short. Scooped up by Parker. Throws over to first for out number 3. So that's 3 straight innings of 3 up, 3 down by the Blue Devils. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left. And after 6.5 innings of play, it's tied at 1 here from the Quadruplex in Wisconsin Rapids, and you're watching American Legion Baseball here on Zaleski Sports, brought to you by ShedsDelivered.com.
The Sports Den, located on Marshfield's sunny south side since 1975. The Sports Den has the area's best selection of outdoor equipment. Find top brands of snowshoes, cross-country and downhill skis, snowboards, swimming equipment, skateboards, and more. The Sports Den has a full-service bike repair center along with top bike brands, Specialized, Trek, and others. The Sports Den is Central Wisconsin's fat bike headquarters. Visit the Sports Den in Marshfield Monday through Saturday and thesportsden.net. Wondering what to feed your team after work, the game, or this weekend? Chips Hamburgers in Marshfield has tasty char-broiled burgers for any hungry appetite. From the classic hamburger to the famous Chips Champ and everything in between. Check out our daily specials. Stop inside to enjoy your meal with comfortable seating. See Chips' complete menu of burgers, hot ham and cheese, hot beef, chicken and fish, fries, rings, curds, and ice cream, all served year-round. In a hurry? Same great menu in the drive-thru. Chips Hamburgers in Marshfield. Be a champ and have a chipperific day.
And we're back here at Wisconsin Rapids as we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. We are all knotted up at 1. Correct. I'm really sorry. I looked at this wrong. Actually, the Marshfield pitcher is at 84 pitches. The Appleton pitcher is at 71. So I gave you wrong information. I want to apologize. But actually, both of these pitchers have pitched outstanding ball games today. And even still, both of these under 100 pitches already. Usually, you see coaches taking them out about the 5th inning. But great job by both of these pitchers. Count now 1-1 to leadoff hitter Ryland Winkler, as he's been hit twice, and a fly ball out to Luther out in center field as he hustles over to make the catch for out number 1. And so the last hit that Appleton had was back in the 4th inning by Dan Deek. And a ground ball to second. Scooping up is Richardson. Throws over to first to Erickson for out number 2. So 2 down here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Now, I'm going to make a little joke here, Joe, because I've only got 10 innings on my paper here. So when it's 10, we're going home, okay?
I got my other
Please send along my full apologies for the scoreboard.
Oh, yeah, Joe says he wants to apologize about the scoreboard also. He said it jumped to 5-1, and I'm thinking it's haunted anyway because this is not usually the board that Joe works, so I think he's being haunted myself. So, but just bear with us, and Joe will get it under control. I know he will. So the count now 2-1 with 2 down here in the bottom of the 7th inning, and Brandon Tuback just missing outside. 3-1 count with 2 down, and Cherney at 92 pitches. From the windup and the pitch, and following off back into the screen here. When buying or selling, Brock & Decker Real Estate has the team you need by your side. Brock & Decker has all the tools you need to feel confident in selling or buying. Call Sammy or Sue today. And a walk given to a two-back. And call Sammy or Sue today or visit them on North Central Avenue at brockanddecker.com and like them on Facebook. So the first base runner in quite a while, as that is the just the second batter that Cherney has walked in this contest. We have 2 down. Cherney at 94 pitches. And bringing up Mason Winkler, the catcher. Mason has popped out to the first baseman and struck out. In fact, Mason is the last person that Cherney has struck out, as Cherney has 5 strikeouts in the contest. His season high this year is 7. In fact, let's see. Let's go back here. And Gilbertson kind of lost a little bit and got a late jump on that. As I mentioned, Aiden has pitched going into this contest 12 1/3 innings, gave up 7 runs, 6 walks, 12 strikeouts, and he's 1-0 on the season. As Marshfield has used 9 pitchers this season. And a line shot to third as Matt Konechny puts the glove up and makes it look very, very easy. And a shot that I don't think anybody could have had, as Mac is looking right into the sun on that play, as the left field and third base side and shortstop is looking directly into that sun. So for Appleton in the bottom of the 7th, no runs on no hits, no errors, and 1 left. And after 7 complete innings of play, it's Marshfield 1 and the Appleton Doubledays 1. And you're watching American Legion Baseball here on Zaleski Sports, brought to you by ShedsDelivered.com.
The Sports Den, located on Marshfield's sunny south side since 1975. The Sports Den has the area's best selection of outdoor equipment. Find top brands of snowshoes, cross-country and downhill skis, snowboards, swimming equipment, skateboards, and more. The Sports Den has a full-service bike repair center along with top bike brands, Specialized, Trek, and others. The Sports Den is Central Wisconsin's fat bike headquarters. Visit the Sports Den in Marshfield Monday through Saturday and thesportsden.net.
And we're back here at Wisconsin Rapids, and we want to give thanks to our game day sponsors, Woodfield Inns and Suites, Rem's Funeral Home, and G&D Wood Products. And ShedsDelivered.com is your one-stop shop for sheds, barns, cabins, garages, greenhouses, chicken coops, and hunting blinds, all crafted by skilled Amish workers. See their display lots in Marshfield, Medford, and Wisconsin Rapids, and get more information at ShedsDelivered.com. And the first pitch to Dawson Luther is a call strike. Luther, a left-handed hitter, is 2 for 3 on the day. He's got a single and a double, and a long fly out to right field, as he's made great contact all 3 times and makes some outstanding catches defensive-wise out in center field. If you wanted to name an all-tournament ball player, he would be one of them, as outstanding job defensive-wise and hitting-wise for Marshfield. 2-1 count to Dawson Luther from the stretch. And a line shot down the left field line, and foul. Next Step Prosthetics, providing prosthetic and orthotics throughout central Wisconsin. Take your next step and contact them today. And Express Employment Professionals has relationships with all the local businesses and job openings. Call or stop in at Express Employment to find the right career path for you. And pitch into Dawson is down low for a ball. 3-2 count. As Blue Devils at the top of their order. And a ground ball to short. To Hopper. Throw over to first. And gets Dawson by a step for out number 1. As T.J. Parker Playing a great shortstop for Appleton. He's been busy over there today also. And bringing up Adam Gilbertson. Adam 0 for 3 in today's contest. Marshfield with 6 hits. They have not had a hit since the 4th inning. In fact, that's both teams have not had a hit since the 4th inning. Deke had a single back in the 4th for Appleton, and the last hit was and a shot in the gap. As no more than I say it, I put the jinx on, and it can go that way too. Once you say, no hitter, it goes away. Nobody's hit. Somebody gets a hit now, and Gilbertson gets a base hit to right center. And so 1 down, bringing up Mason Anderson, who has knocked in the only run for the Blue Devils today, back in the 3rd inning as he knocked in Dawson Luther. And a ball gets by in a wild pitch as Gilbertson now in scoring position. So 1-0 count to Mason Anderson, the DH. Mason 1 for 3 on the day, with Mason getting that only RBI. And from the stretch. And a call strike at the knees. James looking back at second. And down low for a ball. 2-1. Coming up at the end of this contest will be our Nasonville post-game show. Nasonville with dairy with fresh cheese curds made daily. Sorry, Joe, I didn't bring you any today. I know you're heartbroken. Yeah, I could have been a friend for life if I would have brought those for you, I know. I thought about going out to the dairy today and picking some up. I knew I was coming and seeing you, and then I thought, nah, boy. But I got busy at home before I left, and I'm going, oh, gee, now I'm running out of time. And so,
bring you nachos.
And you bring me nachos, exactly. So, well, we'll have to get together, and I'll bring you some cheese curds, Joe. So you got something to look forward to, down the road. So, and a pitch catching the outside corner right at the knees to Anderson. 2-2 count. Gilbertson at second. 1 down. We are in the top of the 8th inning here from Wisconsin Rapids. And the pitch. Just missed outside. 3-2 count. Mike Steinwagner here, along with Joe Anderson, bringing you all American Legion baseball excitement here from Wisconsin Rapids. We got a 3-2 count with 1 down, runner at second, and a 3-2 count on Anderson from the stretch, and down low for ball 4. After retiring 11 in a row, all of a sudden now Marshfield has put their last 2 runners on base, with Gilbertson getting a base hit, advancing to second on a wild pitch, and Anderson walking. And we have a conference out there now. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about B&D Sports Shop. It is your one-stop headquarters for everything outdoors. Shop 2 convenient central Wisconsin locations in Cadott and Abbotsford, or online at bigbeardown.com. That's B&D Sports in Cadott and Abbotsford. And so the conference is going to break up here. And Gilbertson is heading back to second base. He went to the dugout for some reason. Maybe he had to get a drink of water or something. I don't know. But it is a little warm out there. I remember when I was playing Legion ball, this is many moons ago, but we had the old wool uniform tops and sleeveless, okay? And, of course, you had to wear a shirt underneath that yet, and it's like, oh, my gosh. And then you played in, 80, 90-degree temperatures. And I was catching back then, and I'll tell you, I'd lose 5 or 10 pounds. I should start catching again. Maybe I would lose that 5 or 10 again. But back to action here, and a call strike to Nate Richardson. Nate 1 for 3 in today's contest. Single back in the second. Grounded to the first baseman in the third, and grounded out to short back in the sixth inning. And from the stretch, and down low, and that is pitch 98. So we are closing in on that pitch limit. Oh, I'm sorry, 87. I'm looking at the wrong side here. I'm sorry. I see the 98 up there. That's what Marshfield has. And a fly ball, possibly in a power alley, but coming over and making the catch is the right fielder, Matt Bixler, and tagging up. And going to third is Gilbertson, as Richardson gave it a ride. But advancing Gilbertson to third base. So runners at the corners now. A pass ball could score a run here and give Marshfield a 2-1 lead as Bryce Shoddy, the left fielder, is up. Bryce has got on with a fielder's choice back in the second, a base hit in the fourth, and lined out the first in the sixth inning. And a pop-up into the infield. And coming over and making that catch is T.J. Parker for out number 3. So the Blue Devils threaten here in the top of the eighth inning, but come up a little short as they get no runs on one hit, no errors, and left 2 stranded. And so after 7.5 innings of play, it's Marshfield 1 and Appleton Doubledays 1. And you are watching American Legion Baseball here on Zaleski Sports, brought to you by ShedsDelivered.com.
Little Sprouts Learning Garden with 2 convenient central Wisconsin locations. Here's Brooke Sievers to tell us about it.
Little Sprouts has been around for almost 7 years here in Auburndale. In Rudolph, we've been open for about 2.5. We serve here in Auburndale. We have 6 weeks old up until 12-year-olds. And then in Rudolph, we have 1-year-olds up until 12-year-olds. The biggest thing that we do with them is we have play-based learning so that they learn through play with each other. And social skills are a huge part of what we do with them.
Find Little Sprouts Learning Garden on Facebook today.
Culligan Water delivers. From your first call, to your first sip, to your first soak. Culligan, give us a tap. The only water that comes with a van.
And we're back here at Wisconsin Rapids, and let's see, Cherney coming up to that magic number as he's got 98 pitches, and now pinch hitting for the Appleton Doubledays is Ben Byer. Pinch hitting for Matt Bixler, the right fielder, here in the bottom of the eighth inning, and takes the first pitch and hits the slow roller down to third. Konechny making a great play and throws over to Erickson for out number 1. So 1 down here in the bottom of the eighth inning. As I mentioned, the Blue Devils went to a 12-inning ball game back about a week and a half ago against Plover. And we were talking at that ball game. And a line shot down the line, fair ball. And rounding first is Winkler. And going into second with a stand-up double as the winning run is now at second base. With 1 down and bringing up Dawson Burrington, who is 1 for 2 on the day and scored the only run as time is called. And coming out to have a little conference out there. And I don't know how Joe's doing on commercials. You got time for one here, Joe?
Yes, sir.
Why don't we take one? And it's brought to you by ShedsDelivered.com.
Doctor basically said, you're going to be in a wheelchair and walking with a walker. And I'm like, what? I'm like, that's my life. That's my life story. I looked around on the internet and I found Shai at Next Step Prosthetics. And I came in and met with him, and I felt so comfortable here, so unfearful. He said, we're gonna get you up and walking.
Call to set up a free, no obligation evaluation. Next Step Prosthetics, the fit for you.
And we're back here at Wisconsin Rapids, ready to play. And a fly ball out of play. And that is pitch 101. So Journey has 4 pitches left. And we will have a pitching change as we have 1 down, 0-1 count. He can finish to this batter, but if he gets to like 104, he can pitch to the next batter, and he has to complete that, so he can go over that 105 pitching total. A call strike, that's an 0-2. So if he strikes him out here, he can pitch to the next batter. So if you get halfway through a count, you don't have to pull him. He's got to complete that to that batter. And the pitch. And a ground ball. 1-2 hopper to Sadowska. Throws over to first for out number 2. And advancing to third is Winkler. So the winning run, 90 feet away. And they're going to intentionally walk Sabrowski, as Sabrowski struck out back in the first, tripled in the third, flew out to the center fielder in the 6th, and they are going to intentionally walk him as Cherney is at 103 pitches, so he has to pitch completely to this batter. And coming up is Dan Deek, as he is 2 for 3. And they're going to and Deke now looking down at third for the sign. Runners at the corners with 2 down, and the tie or the winning run at third. And stealing and fouling it off is Dan Deek for strike 1, and Sambrowski will have to come back to first. If he steals here anyway, what I would do is then intentionally walk him and load that bases, then you got to force all the way around. And fouling it off is Dan Deek, an 0-2 count with 2 down. Cherney now at 105 pitches, but he does have to complete the pitching to this Appleton batter. Appleton with 7 hits in this contest. Marshfield with 7 hits in this contest, and Appleton with 5, but we are tied at 1 is the main number you have to look at here. And outside, 1-2, and going down. So runners now at second and third as Sabrowski goes down to second. From the stretch, Journey takes a look. And time is called. As Cherney just taking a little bit too much time for Dan Deek. A 1-2 count. Cherney gets the signals from Gilbertson. And a ground ball to second. 2 hopper. Throw over to first. And we're going to the 9th inning. And Zeke grounds out as Marshfield gets out of the jam with no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 2 left. And after 8 complete innings of play, we are tied at 1 here from Wisconsin Rapids. And you are watching American Legion Baseball here on Zaleski Sports, brought to you by ShedsDelivered.com.
The Sports Den, located on Marshfield's sunny south side since 1975. The Sports Den has the area's best selection of outdoor equipment. Find top brands of snowshoes, cross-country and downhill skis, snowboards, swimming equipment, skateboards, and more. The Sports Den has a full-service bike repair center along with top bike brands, Specialized, Trek, and others. The Sports Den is Central Wisconsin's Fat Bike headquarters. Visit the Sports Den in Marshfield Monday through Saturday and thesportsden.net.
Does your roof need attention? Don't replace it, restore it with Seamless Commercial Roofing. Our process is guaranteed and a fraction of the cost of replacement with no downtime. When your roof needs attention, call Seamless Commercial Roofing in Marshfield.
And we are back here at Wisconsin Rapids, and I got the glasses out. And let's see. Number 12 is out in center field now. That would be Sobrowski. At first base is Winkler. Brandon Tobach is now pitching for Appleton. And out in left field is number 18, Dan Deek, is playing left field now, who was the DH. So the DH is now eliminated, and we have a new pitcher for Appleton in Brandon Tubak. So we'll have new pitchers both ways. And the first pitch comes into Bryce Erickson, high for a ball. And a fly ball out to right center field, and coming in and making the catch is the right fielder. That would be Matt Bixler, who re-entered back into the ball game. So one out here in the top of the ninth inning. And coming to the plate is T.J. Parker. And fouling it off is 0-1. Oh, I'm sorry. Tyler Cum is the batter now. I'm sorry. And fly ball. And going to drop in for a base hit. That's Tyler's second hit of the contest. My fault. I had the sheet on the wrong side here. So we have one down. And Tyler Cum at first base. And the go-ahead run. And Matt Konieczny, who is 0 for 3 on the day, flew out to right field, the fielder's choice, and flew out to center field. And first pitch catches the outside corner for a call strike. As Tubak is now pitching, he was at first. And next pitch catches the outside corner for a call strike. Playing first base over there now is Ethan Winkler, who was out in center field. And swing and a miss as Konieczny goes down swinging for the second out. Back to the top of the batting order, and Jake Sadowska, as Jake 0 for 4 on the day. Tobak from the stretch. Catches just inside. And we're making our defense, and we've got a timeout here as we get changes here. And we've got a new left fielder out there also now for Appleton, and that would be Dan Deek, who was DHing before. And inside to Jake Sadelska. Tyler Cum at first with 2 down here and a 2-0 count on Sadelska. Upstairs, high for a ball. And hit by a pitch to Sadowska, so puts runners now at first and second with 2 down and bringing up the very dangerous Dawson Luther. As Dawson has 2 for 4 on the day. A double in the first, single and scored a run in the third, flew out the right fielder in the fifth, and grounded out to the shortstop in the eighth. So runner in scoring position in Tyler Cum. Great speed on the bases for the Blue Devils. And pitch down low as Tubac pitching very carefully to Dawson Luther, and time is called. As I was mentioning before, Joe, the longest game that the Blue Devils have ever played was, you have to go back to 1971, when it was an 18-inning game up at Rhinelander, and we lost 6-5. I was playing left field in that contest, and Ron Hart this record will never be broken, Joseph, as Ron Hart. And time is called as the pitch knocks the helmet off of Dawson Luther, as Dawson going down, and doesn't seem any effects at all. So the base is loaded now with Adam Gilbertson up and 2 down. But in that contest, Ron Hart, a record that will never be broken. He pitched all 18 innings. And because of the pitching rule of number of pitches, it'll never be broken, Joe. And hit by a pitch. That's 3 in a row as the go-ahead run comes in, and Gilbertson will be credited with an RBI on that. And Marshfield takes a 2-1 lead. And we're having a conference out here now as the coach comes out and meets with, actually I found out their head coach is not here because he is actually at that All-Star game over in the Fox Valley area coaching over there. So the assistant is taking over as the head coach of this group. The conference is broken up now as Tubac has hit the last 3 batters, all with 2 outs. This has happened as the number 1, 2, and 3 hitters get hit by pitches, and pretty much right in succession also. And so coming to the plate now, the cleanup hitter, Mason Anderson, who's got the first RBI of the ball game as he hits one out of the park over here in foul ball territory. So with bases loaded and Mason Anderson up, base hit could give a little cushion here, possibly scoring 2 runs. And pitch upstairs for a ball, 1-1 count with 2 down. As this inning started out with Erickson flying out to the right fielder. Cum gets a base hit. Konechny strikes out, and then Sadelska gets hit with a pitch. Luther gets hit with a pitch. And a fly ball down the right field side, making the chase, and just out of the reach of the first baseman, Ethan Winkler. And so the count is at 1-2 with 2 down. But Sadowska got hit with a pitch. Luther got hit with a pitch, and then no more the next pitch. Adam Gilbertson got hit with a pitch to bring in the go-ahead run and give Marshfield a 2-1 lead here in the top of the 9th inning. And a shot and a base hit. Could score 2. Rounding third is Luther. And he's out at the plate, but they do get an insurance run in Sadowska scoring. A great play out there in center field to get Luther at the plate for out number 3, and a base hit by Anderson to give the Blue Devils a little cushion and take a 3-1 lead.
Should be 3-1.
Or a 3-1 lead, I'm sorry. Thank you, Joe. And scoring 2 runs. So in that inning, Marshfield scores 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, 3 hit batsmen, and 2 runners left on base. So after 8.5 innings of play, it's Marshfield 3 and the Appleton Doubledays 1. And you are watching American Legion Baseball here on Zaleski Sports, brought to you by ShedsDelivered.com.
From humble beginnings in 1904, the Wheatrick family has grown Grassland Dairy Products into one of the largest processors of butter in the nation. Based in Greenwood, Wisconsin, the family and its hundreds of employees continue their pursuit of providing high-quality products that can proudly be served in restaurants and homes across America.
Hey everybody, Nat over at Wheeler Chevrolet GMC, and I'm standing in our all-new express lane. Open now, no appointment necessary. Stop on in and get things like oil changes, filters, quick lubes, no appointment necessary. See you soon.
And we are back here at Wisconsin Rapids in an exciting one here, going to the bottom of the 9th inning. Marshfield up 3-1, scoring 2 runs in the top of the 9th inning. Now in pitching for the Blue Devils is Mason Anderson. Mason going for his 2nd save today, as he got the save and a foul ball back, and Gilbertson coming over and just out of play, as Anderson got this save against Heartland in the first game of the day over on the other diamond, as Marshfield won that 4-3. And getting the win in that was Tyler Cum. And so now Anderson coming in to try to save it here for Cherney. And a curveball hit foul. And 0-2 count now. As Toback threw a total of 19 pitches in that 9th inning, but 3 of them that were very, very costly, as 3 Blue Devils were hit by pitches to give Marshfield 2 runs in that 9th inning. And a fly ball on a breaking ball, pop up to the second baseman, and camping under it is Nate Richardson for out number 1, and that was Rylan Winkler. So with 1 down here in the 9th inning, and TJ Parker coming to the plate. And pitch down low. As Anderson pitched 1 1/3 innings in that game against Heartland to give him the save, as he set down Heartland 1-2-3 in that contest. And a pop-up, and taking care of it will be Mason Anderson as a short little pop-up. So Marshfield 1 out away of picking up their 11th victory on the season. You'd have to go back to the era of Dale Varsho when he was coaching the Legion team. And Dale has been gone for about 20 years now, as he's been the head coach at Eau Claire for the Express for that long. And where Marshfield has picked up their 11th victory this soon, as they've started out the season here. Right now, 10-1, looking to go to 11-1 on the season. And pitch down low, 2-0 count. Nobody on for Appleton. And at the plate is Brandon Tubach, as he's 0 for 2 today. And a ground ball to first, and bad hop, and nobody there to cover, but making a great play was Richardson, coming over to make the cover the bag, but a little late was Anderson, and that'll be an E3. And bringing up now Mason Winkler is the tying run to the plate with 2 down here in the bottom of the 9th inning. See, Joe, I put this jinx on about going to the 10th inning and going home, so we're going to do it an inning beforehand maybe. And the pitch. And catches the outside corner at the knees. But a great, great ball game. Great pitching duel today by both clubs. And some great defensive plays also in this contest. And also a play you usually don't see where you get a coach's interference. I mean, you don't see that every day. I can't recall the last time I've seen one. But I know I've called a couple, but, I've been gone for 21 years of umpiring. So, you can go back almost 30 years since I made a call like that. But so, yeah, it's been a long time since you see a call on that. Anderson from the stretch. And a fly ball. A lazy pop-up. And coming under it and making the catch is Tyler Comm for out number 3. So, for the Appleton Doubledays, they come up with no runs on no hits, 1 error, and left 1 on base. And the final score from Wisconsin Rapids, it's the Marshfield Blue Devils 3 and the Appleton Doubledays 1. And you've been watching American Legion Baseball here on Zaleski Sports, and coming up will be the Nasonville Dairy postgame show. And Nasonville, where you can get those delicious, delicious cheese curds that Joe just loves, at Nasonville or over at Curtis, and also NasonvilleDairy.com. So we're going to go down. We're going to let Joe do the commercial here, and I'm going to go down and see if I can get a hold of Coach Metz, and I'll grab a ball player too, and we'll do a little interview at the end here. So, again, the final score, 3-1 Marshfield, as they go to 11-1 on the season. And again, you have been watching American Legion Baseball here on Zaleski Sports, brought to you by ShedsDelivered.com.
Good day. My name is Ken Hyman, and welcome to Nasonville Dairy here in central Wisconsin, Marshfield, Wisconsin, as a matter of fact. Nasonville Dairy actually goes back to 1885. We are the oldest plant in Wood County. When our father brought us here in the early 1960s, we ran 7,500 pounds of milk a day. We now run 1.8 million pounds of milk a day. We buy dairy milk from 200 dairy farmers here in central Wisconsin, produce it, and ship it all over the world. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Peach Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Freer, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Caflatiri, Cafla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. This has allowed us to go to a lot of different countries. Our furthest accounts are now in China, Japan, Canada, Saudi Arabia. We do ship to Mexico, as well as a number of other places throughout the world. This is what we call Cheese Making 101. We tried to walk you through the cheese plant today, and we're in hopes that you see our people, what they're doing, and the amount of work that goes into producing the products that we hope you enjoy. make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Pizza Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Fir, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Cafetieri, Cafla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. And the cheese be with you.
At Wisconsin Rapids, where we just saw an outstanding ball game. And I know, Josh, let's go back to the Plover game, where that one went 12 innings. And I made the comment, I was there that night, and I made the comment, that the record was 18 innings is the team record. I played in that ball game back in '71, and but I thought, are we going to go another one today? And it's like, boy, she's going, because the two fine ball clubs here today, and this gentleman here pitched an outstanding ball game today also. I mean, the bats weren't there, but there was some great defensive plays. You got a break on the interference down there at third. But, it was a great ball game between two very, very excellent ball clubs.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you that Plover game felt like it was 18 innings, but no, that's a really good game today, tonight here. Aiden obviously pitched great, and, our bats... we didn't strike out a lot. We were putting the ball in play. We had a lot of hard hit balls right at guys tonight. So it's like it just seemed like it was going to be one of those nights where you just couldn't buy a hit. But so I told them, I think in the sixth or seventh, we're really going to have to scratch and claw for this one, and we definitely had to do that. But credit to these guys, they've been doing it all year so far, and they just never get down. They play better as we go, and they showed that today.
You come back to that ninth inning, and you had two outs, and of course Tyler gets that base hit in there, amongst in there. But what are the chances? And I've been around leech and ball for a long time, and I've never seen three batters get hit in a row. I mean, it's a freaky thing. I mean, there was freaky things. We had the interference. You had three batters in a row get, and the winning run actually comes in, on being hit with a pitch. So, strange things do happen.
Well, don't ask Aiden about hitting three guys in a row. That one, we had one last year in Holman. That was an interesting one. But, it's just, like I said, they needed to come out and really grind for this one, and they did. And, also credit to Mason Anderson. He came in relief today and notched 2 saves for us. He's a kid who threw 1 inning for us in the spring. But he's been really good on the mound for us, and, in a relief role, and he's just he just love having a kid like that, and he just wants to compete. So credit to him for coming in and notching that save on that one.
And I looked at your pitching totals. I sat home yesterday and did all the pitching totals. I went through the backstories and everything of the first 10 ball games that you guys had, or 11 ball games, and it turns out you've used 9 pitchers already this season, and I mean you can go with almost anybody out of the pen to come in and be the stopper.
Yeah, I mean, that's massive. When you play as many games as we do in a row, you got to have arms to compete, and everyone's stepped up. Everyone's been so good, and honestly, we've hardly used Blake Rabb so far. We've been fortunate to, he pitched a lot in the spring, so I didn't want to overdo it with him early, and, he's a guy who established himself as our number 1 last summer, so we still have him in our back pocket, and you get a guy like Mason that really didn't pitch much at all this spring because he was our only catcher, and to come in and throw strikes like he does is really impressive. So,
and it's going to help you down the stretch, once tournament time comes around also. And so you've got the horses in the barn to get the job done.
Yeah, and they've been doing it. So so far they've given us a chance every single game, and that's all you can ask for.
Oh, all right. Good. Well, I'm going to let you get going because you guys got an early ball game tomorrow, but good luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
You betcha. Aiden, great ball game today.
Game turn.
And
better save my game ball.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, exactly. Aiden, great ball game today. You came in here, and I know talking to Coach, he was hoping to get you, like 6 innings or so, but the pitch count, you cruised right along. I mean, you don't see many times where you can, you only have that limit of 105 pitches, but you came in here and you were right around the plate all day long and did a great, great job.
Yeah, I just came in, tried to throw strikes. I've had a little problem walking people, so I'm just trying to throw strikes.
And I know looking over your career at Auburndale, I went back over the years, and you had a great, outstanding career at Auburndale, and it's great to have you back again this year also. So another shot of possibly going to the state tournament again this year.
Yeah, that's what we hope. We definitely have our sights on the state. It's in Point again this year, so pretty local. Yeah, I think we have a really good ball club, and I think we have a shot at it.
All right. Well, Aiden, I'm going to put you in the house. I know you've been through this before, so I'm going to count you down, and you do your thing. 3, 2, 1.
I'm Aiden Cherney, and I'm in the house.
Thanks, Aiden. Good luck tomorrow. Thank you. Again, a great, great ball game here from the Quadruplex in Wisconsin Rapids, where the Blue Devils went 9 innings to take care of the Appleton Double Days, 3-1. And the winning run coming in on a hit batter to make it 2-1, and then an insurance run on a base hit later on also. But again, Marshfield wins 3-1. And great job from Joe Anderson. And Joe, it was a great pleasure working with you tonight. And I've got all next week off and so I'll see you in about 2 weeks or so. And have a great weekend. And we'll see you then. Bye.